Now, let's talk about how we store records into pages and files. A database is a collection of records. Records are used to store data in the rows of the relations we have in a database. We can also see the database as a collection of files that are in turn collection of pages, and those pages are a collection of records. A record is a sequence of fields that might be of a variable or a fixed length. And each of those records can have data on the fields to be null instead. Let's explore what does it mean to have fixed length and variable length records. How do we store them in pages? And how do we format pages as a collection of records and files as a collection of pages? We may use a heap file to store databases. A heap file is a file with data records that are stored in no particular order. This means finding a record needs scanning the file to find the desired record. This might require reading the whole file. A heap file is a collection of pages. Pages have exactly the same size. We can insert a record into a heap file. We can delete a record from a heap file, and we can find records that are on a heap file. So we need to have a way of managing the pages and records in the pages that it is possible to know where to insert new records, how to find available records, and what to do with the space created when we delete a record. We need a way of keeping track of pages to find records in them. We also need to know about free available space to be able to make an insert. This means we need to know the amount of free space within a page and the pages that do have free space. One way of doing that is maintaining the heap file as a doubly linked list of pages. To keep track of pages that have free space, this could be done by keeping a doubly linked list of pages that do not have a free space and a doubly linked list of pages that do have a free space. The header page, which is the first page of the file and contains information about the pages in the linked list and makes it possible for the database management system to work with pages, is the header page. In order to work with pages of a file, the database management system should know the address of the header page for the heap file. One problem with this method is that if records are of variable length, we might end up having all pages on the list of pages with the free space. Another problem with the method for variable length records is the need to retrieve and scan many pages in order to find a page with enough space to store a variable length record. This is because all free spaces might not be of the same size. To solve the problems for variable length records, we can organize a heap file using a directory of pages. The database management system keeps track of the first directory page of each file. The directory itself is a collection of linked pages. Each directory entry identifies a page in a heap file. With growth or shrink of the heap file, needing more or less pages to store data, the entries in the directory, as well as the number of pages in the directory, can also change. Directory can keep an indicator for free space in each page. For fixed length records, this could only be a bit, showing if the page has free space available or not. For a variable length record, the field can show the amount of free space in the page. This could be kept in the directory in form of a counter for each page entry. This can solve the problem of finding enough space for variable length records.